Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, Quadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the mighty Akim Wathim, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity, as well as a speckled bird that may look like the other nations, but are actually Yasharallah. This is Brother Kabakub coming at you with another lesson. Today's lesson, I want to go into, let's just start with this. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 28. Wherefore we receiving a kingdom which cannot be moved, let us have grace whereby we may serve Yahweh acceptably with reverence and godly fear. And today's lesson is going to be on grace. And the thing about grace is that people, or the Christians, I think this is a continuation of a video I did yesterday or the day before that or whatever, but basically the thing about this is that with grace, oh my goodness, when it comes to grace, it is misinterpreted. I think that's the best term I could use, but it is misinterpreted as something that what that means that now we can do whatever we want. Now we can just do this, we can do that, X, Y, and Z, whatnot. Rather than the acknowledgement of, we need to make it so that we don't continue to add on to the debt that we have. That's basically it. Because bear with me one moment. Okay, give me one moment. Basically, as I was saying, grace is misinterpreted as, okay, well, now you can do whatever you want. There's no expectations anymore, when that's not what grace is. Even when it comes to like, what's a grace period on paying off a debt or paying off a loan or whatever, stuff like that. That doesn't mean that, well, now you don't need to pay the loan at all. It means that, we're going to give you, you're late on something. So as a result of that, you can, we're giving you more time and stuff like that in order to do that, rather than rather than them enforcing that you pay it on time, because you don't, even though you don't have the full payment right now. So as a result of that, that's basically what grace is when it comes to YAHAWAH. It's not a matter of, I see that I have to, that we've sinned, we owe YAHAWAH and whatnot. So as a result of that, we have to pay it in with our lives, because that's, as a matter of fact, let me get that, because I forgot where it's at. It's surely is Jeremiah, I believe. Jeremiah chapter, bear with me. I'm trying to remember, because I can get it faster, but I don't want to do thing. Okay, so basically it is bear with me one moment. Surely. Isaiah, not Jeremiah. Oh my God. Isaiah 20. Isaiah chapter 22, verse 14. And it was revealed in my ears by the Lord of hosts, surely this iniquity shall not be purged from you till ye die, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts. So basically, the judgment for our sin, the judgment of our wickedness, the judgment of our evil, we have to pay for that in death. Death is the only way to fully and truthfully pay what we're owed, pay what's owed. But Yahawashi basically died. Let me mute this. Yahawashi died in order to take that cost rather than allowing us to go through it ourselves. So it's lucky not so, but collectively we still are kind of, because it's like, let me get some more precepts to further support this. It is because when you do something, you still have to pay for what you did. All right, in a sense. Proverbs chapter 11 verse 21, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. And that's basically the thing here where because the wicked did something, it's like there's no oh well, you murdered a million people and whatnot, so we're just gonna forget that because Yahawashi died. No, people did stuff and they have to pay for this stuff, and even now we are paying for it through our captivity. So as a result of us being in captivity, this is basically how we're paying. This is how a lot of the stuff that we have to go through, a lot of the stuff that we are actively going through, even in this truth, this is a part of the judgment that we're facing. All right. So with that being said, let me actually get this in Sirach chapter 2. Never mind. Let me get this over here. Sirach chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation, set thy heart aright, and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Cleave unto him, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. And again, that goes back into it where we are going through the hardships. We have to pay for all the stuff that we did in the world, as well as not following after Yahawadah in general. All right. So continuing on. Let me see. What is this? It was Romans chapter 6 verse 1. What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? Yahweh forbid. How shall we that are dead to sin live any longer therein? And that's the thing. That's the main thing where how are we going to say that, oh, Yahawadah died for our sins, this and the third and stuff like that, and then, well, I'm still going to go murder people, I'm still going to go steal, I'm still going to go whatever thing that people know is wrong, you're still going to do it because grace is going to cover it and whatnot. Because that was what what's that dude's name? Bishop T.D. Snakes. He was freaking saying that. He was basically saying, oh, even if I did do it, the blood's gonna cover me. I would do this. Like he's basically premeditating, saying like, oh yeah, I did it. I'm gonna pretend like I didn't do it. And even if I did it, you guys should still accept. You guys should still be okay with me doing that because the blood's gonna cover me. I can do whatever I want, whatnot. So it's just like there's no standards. There's no propriety. All right, in terms of, okay, well, this is objectively wrong, so I'm not going to do this. And if someone does this, then they need to be punished. But and again, like this is the Christian mindset where there is no order. All right, like how are we going to how are you going to? No, I'm not saying we as in I'm a Christian, but I mean in a sense, like how are people going to take the Bible and say God is going to God loves me for even though I actively and consciously do the wrong thing maliciously to hurt and harm other people? How is this acceptable in the eyes of Yahawadah? All right, like this is the type of stuff that people really need to think about, to take note of, because that is not okay. That's not all right to do. All right, and then again, people take what's it called? People take grace and twist it to be literally anything and everything as some sort of justification for why they are allowed to do what they want to do. All right, like that is genuinely evil. Genuinely, like you cannot it doesn't slack you. I'm stuttering because I'm genuinely baffled by the sincere maliciousness as well as the attempt to scam YAHAWAH from when he is showing mercy, he's giving you the grace period. Hey, I know you did this, but fix yourself up, repent from that, get out of that lifestyle so that you are you're gonna be good and whatnot. But then it's just a matter of like, okay, well, I don't care, I'm still gonna go do this, I'm still gonna go do that, I'm gonna do whatever I want to do, rather than saying, okay, I messed up, now is my time to change, now is my time to do better, now is my time to get right with Yahawadah. But instead they don't care about any of that stuff. It's just a matter of, okay, I'm gonna go do whatever I want, I'm gonna go do this, I'm gonna do that and whatnot, rather than acknowledging that this is a problem, this needs to stop, and I'm going to stop it. All right, so with that being said, let me continue on. Sirach 15 verse 20, he hath commanded no man to do wickedly, neither hath he given any man license to sin. The Lord did not say, oh, you're allowed to go sin now and stuff like that. And even then, what is sin? Sin is a transgression of the law. All right, but yet let me actually get that. We don't talk. We threw this. First John 3:4, whosoever committed sin transgresseth also the law, for sin is a transgression of the law. So breaking the law of Yahawadah, that's what sin is. And for people to go against Yahweh, all right, that is not what he said. The Lord said and told us what to do, how to live our lives, and people are just going against that and then expecting, oh yeah, God's gonna show favor to me, oh bless me with this, bless me with that, whatever, even though I'm actively doing all this different type of stuff. All right, and I've heard it so many different times. All right, but of course people think that grace is their license to sin. Grace is, oh yeah, this is permission for me to do whatever I want. All right, oh, only God can judge me, and then you think that God is not judging you. As a matter of fact, hold on, because I remember there was another one in Hebrews chapter 12. Okay, yeah, Hebrews chapter 12 verse 7. If ye endure chastening, Yahweh dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons. I think bastards is basically like a bastard, the literal definition, an unpleasant, despicable person. I think it was originally supposed to mean like fatherless. Yeah, illegitimate child. Yeah, so a terrible person as well as illegitimate child. That's basically what a bastard is, and that's basically what you are when you live your life without any correction, without any direction, and you think, oh yeah, God's just gonna love me, he's not gonna correct me, he's not gonna tell me that what I'm doing is wrong, he's gonna accept me as I am. Well, if that is how you're living, then that basically implies that the Lord does not love you. He's leaving you as a fatherless, quote unquote fatherless, in terms of what's the word? Spiritually fatherless. All right, if not the devil's child. But yeah, you get the point. So that's basically why when you are actually getting and receiving chastisement, you're seeing where, okay, this is where I need to improve, this is where I messed up, this is how I can do better. That's where, okay, the Lord is clearly showing that you know what, I want you to do better. I can see when you do better. I can see where you need some help and improvement in. All right, so continuing on, James 2 verse Let me see. Did I miss something? I want to see. James chapter 2 verse, oh yeah, okay. James chapter 2 verse 16. And one of them say unto them, depart in peace, be ye warned. No. Verse 16. And one of you say unto them, depart in peace, be ye warmed and filled. Notwithstanding, ye give them those things which are needful to the body. What doeth it profit? Basically, if someone says, help, I need some resources or whatever, and you say just leave, I'll pray for you and whatnot, but you don't actually help, then that means that you don't have any, you're not actually demonstrating in the practices that YAHAWAH set in play. All right. Verse 17. Even so, faith, if it hath not works, is dead, being alone. Yea, a man may say, thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works. Verse 19. Thou believest that there is one power. Thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble. So basically, if you are saying, oh, I believe, I always pray, I always say to, oh, I'll pray for you, I believe, I confess that Jesus is Lord and whatnot. If people are saying that, if that's the only thing to your faith, then your faith is basically equated to that of a devil, because the devils, they acknowledge, they know that YAHAWAH exists, but their works are objectively evil. So again, are your works just a matter of, okay, well, I show my faith in God by praising him and praying and being a freaking, what's it called, street performer or some shit like that, I don't know. All right, where you're not really doing anything to demonstrate it. All right. Anyway, next, let me see. It was so yeah, basically your actions have to demonstrate that, yeah, I have faith, because the things that you're doing, it shows that you're believing. You believe. John 14:15. If you love me, keep my commandments. And that's the way that you do it, where you are showing that yes, you believe, yes, you're doing all the stuff that actually is conducive to showing faith. And it's also pleasing unto YAHAWAH, because you have the respect to say, okay, YAHAWAH told me not to eat pork, so I'm not going to eat pork. My YAHAWAH told me to fast, then this is good for me, whatever, and stuff like that. These are all the things that you need to do to prove, hey, I have faith. Next, Ephesians chapter 2 verse 8. For by grace are ye saved through faith, and that not of yourselves, it is the gift of Yahweh, not of works, lest any man should boast. And again, I only bring this because people often think that it is by works, but it is by faith. Okay, and now I will go back to here to show it. All right, that it's not. We're not going to be, what's the word, saved based off of what we do. We're saved by faith, but all right, you can't be thinking that I'm going to be the worst person. I'm trying to word it properly, because you're not allowed. You can't receive salvation if you are actively going against YAHAWAH. That's number one. Number two, the second part of it is that over here, back in verse 17, it says, even so, if it hath not works, is even so faith, Slakia. Verse 17, even so faith, James chapter 2 verse 17, even so faith, if it hath not works, is dead, being alone. So your faith is demonstrated through your works. Works is not going to save you, but it's just a normal gift. All right, so through your works you show your faith, and that's what demonstrates that, okay, you know what, Yahweh Hashem Yahawashi chose this person to be saved, and as a result of that, these are the people, when they are delivered, are going to be delivered. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, Hashem Yahawashi, Hashem Double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone of Bible and Shalom.